The Texas Secretary of State's office says it will not allow federal election monitors inside of Texas polling places. The Department of Justice announced its plans to deploy monitors to 86 locations for Election Day across 27 states. But Texas officials say that is not allowed under state law. Fox 4's Alex Boyer spoke with an expert about who is in the right. Alex?
Hey, Blake, and you know, Election Day, of course, is less than 4 days away, and millions of Americans have voted early nationwide. And the federal government says on Tuesday they plan to have those federal monitors in place to keep an eye on things, but several states have opted out, Texas being one of them. With Election Day on the horizon, there's a final push from the presidential candidates to get folks out to vote.
You got to get out and vote. We just have to get out.
Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th.
The federal government routinely sends election monitors to polling locations across the country to watch for any potential voting rights violations. The Department of Justice said it would be sending monitors to 86 jurisdictions in 27 states on Election Day. 8 Texas counties were part of that number, including Dallas and Palo Pinto, but the Texas Secretary of State said no thanks.
If the Secretary of State wants to say no to federal observers, it has that right now under the current federal law.
David Cole is a constitutional law attorney not involved in this issue. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 granted the federal government authority to disperse monitors in an effort to equalize voting access. But a U.S. Supreme Court ruling in 2013 changed that.
Federal election monitors have to either get permission from state agents, such as the Secretary of State in Texas, or they have to be operating under a federal court order, which does happen every now and then, but certainly isn't something that happens every day.
Texas Secretary of State Jan Nelson told the federal agency that their monitors aren't allowed inside Texas polling sites or in locations where ballots are counted under state law. In a letter sent to the Department of Justice Friday, Nelson said in part, Texas can be confident in the state's strong measures to ensure election integrity. But a recent AP NORC poll finds 1/3 of Americans believe local or state officials could interfere with results, something states are trying to prevent. Still, there have been some attempts at election interference, like in Washington state, where a ballot drop-off box was set on fire last Monday, destroying hundreds of ballots. With tensions mounting, Cole believes the state is making the right call.
I think it's good. I think it shows that there's a check and a balance, and something that's very important to have checks and balances in, so that no one branch of government gets a hold of the election and runs the whole thing.
And in that letter, Secretary Nelson went on to say that Texas has robust procedures in place to ensure that eligible voters may participate in free and fair elections. Blake.
All right, Alex, thanks.